Hey everyone, we're on a roll here because we are going to talk about my other favorite Dungeons & Dragons class, the Barbarian. If you want to play a rage first, ask question later sort of action hero, then this is the best class for it. Stick past the intro because we will take a closer look at the Barbarian class. Barbarians are beasts in the battlefield. Whether it's defending or damage dealing, they are great at both, but more so in defending, as their rage feature can grant them resistance to all physical harm, reducing the damage they receive by half. But their usefulness does not end there. Barbarians also make great action hero for explorations, especially when situation calls for great feats of strength to be performed. There are two Barbarian archetypes, or primal paths in the player's handbook. The path of the Berserker Barbarians are devastating strikers. They specialize in combat and damage dealing. On the other hand, the path of the Totem Barbarians has more non-combat utility. By selecting certain totemic features, they can become even better defender than they already are. Due to their large hit points pool and damage reduction feature, Barbarians are often expected to defend their party members as mid-shields or tanks. But Dungeons & Dragons is not a video game. There is no algorithm that keeps monsters attacking the Barbarian. The Dungeon Master can simply make the monsters go around them, if it is reasonable for them to do so. Party members still need to stay on their toes. Alright, now let's move on to the class basics. The Barbarian's hit dice is D12, the largest among all the classes. Without any modifier bonus or penalties, they start with 12 hit points and gain the average of 7 hit points per level. They are proficient with light armor, medium armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons, giving them a great selection of armaments. They have saving throw proficiency in strength and constitution, so they can more easily resist being forcefully moved and certain harmful effects like poisons and cone of cold. Like most other classes, they can choose 2 out of a selection of class skills, and those skills are mostly centered around exploration. Their social skill is limited to intimidation. So remember to bring a Barbarian if you want to get out of party you are not enjoying. I mean in-game of course. At level 1, Barbarians get their signature class feature, Rage. This is basically their superpower, and it's the most useful feature they have. Using their bonus action, Barbarians can enter Rage, and while raging, they receive a few positive effects. The first is that they deal 2 extra points of damage whenever they land a melee weapon attack using their strength. To clarify, this doesn't work with thrown weapons even though it uses strength, because it becomes range attack when it's thrown. Also, a lot of people forgot that even though finesse weapons like rapiers allows the user to make their attack roll with dexterity, they can still choose to use their strength to attack with it. One more thing, the unarmed attack, despite its name, is classified as a melee weapon attack. So the Barbarian also get to apply the bonus damage. Then they get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. It virtually means that any physical damage, including those dealt by magic weapons, are reduced by half, rounded down. Unless of course the magical weapon does other type of damage like fire or lightning. Those would be counted separately. They also get advantage on any ability checks using their strength and strength saving throws. This doesn't work for attack rolls. Yet it is still very useful when they want to grapple or shove enemies. It is also extremely useful out of battle. During exploration, when they need to make that important jump or break through a door to escape from a mind flayer, it is usually worth expending a rage use for that. And yes, that is one of the feature's drawback. It has limited use. At level 1, it can only be used twice, then it would be reusable after a long rest. So practically, it can only be used twice a day until they reach higher levels. One use of Rage lasts for 1 minute, which is 10 turns. Most battles would usually end before that. While raging, Barbarians can't cast or concentrate on spells. Their rage can also end early if they haven't attacked a hostile creature since its last turn or taken damage since then. Finally, they can't gain any of the benefits of rage while wearing heavy armor. Rage can be ended using bonus action. At level 1, they also get the unarmored defense feature. It means that they can choose to use this calculation for their armor class when they are not wearing armor. 10 plus constitution modifier and dexterity modifier. but they can still benefit from using shields. Take note, Barbarian players, unarmored does not mean naked. I don't think you'll believe how many times I have to say this. At level 2, Barbarians get the Reckless Attack feature. When they make their first attack on their turn, they can choose to gain advantage with their melee weapon attacks until the end of their turn. But by doing so, all attack rolls against the Barbarian will also have advantage until the Barbarian's next turn. They are virtually sacrificing their defense for offense. They also get Danger Sense, which gives them advantage on dexterity saving throws against all effects, such as traps and spells that they can see. This feature won't work if they are blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. At level 3, Barbarians can rage 3 times per long rest, and they get to choose their primal path. For this video, I will choose the Berserker. They come with a Frenzy feature. When the Barbarian go into rage, they can choose to also enter Frenzy. On their next turn, while in Frenzy, they can use their bonus action to make a single melee weapon attack. At early levels, it essentially doubles their damage output. But at the end of their Frenzied rage, they will gain 1 level of exhaustion. The effects of exhaustion can be debilitating. Refer to the player's handbook or the adventuring video to learn more about the effects of exhaustion. At level 4, they get their first ability score improvement. Level 5, they get the extra attack feature. Using the attack action, they can attack twice, and the attacks can be done separately to different targets. They also get fast movement. Their speed increases by 10 feet as long as they are not wearing heavy armor. At level 6, Barbarians can rage 4 times per long rest. The Berserker path grants them the Mindless Rage feature. While raging, they can't be charmed or frightened. If they are already charmed or frightened before raging, then the effect will be suspended until the end of the rage. At level 7, they get Feral Instinct, which lets them roll their initiative check with advantage. Additionally, if they are surprised, they can get out of surprise and act normally on their first turn if the first thing they do is to go into rage. Level 8, they get their second ability score improvement. At level 9, their rage bonus damage increases to 3, and they get Brutal Critical feature. This feature grants them 1 additional damage dice when they score a critical hit. Pay attention to the wording. It means that if they score a critical hit with their Great Axe, instead of 2d12, they roll 3d12. And if they score critical hit with Great Sword, they roll 5d6. So that's why the Great Axe is the Barbarian's favorite weapon, and they will get more bonus critical dice at higher levels. This feature stacked with half-orc savage attack racial trait. At level 10, the Berserker Barbarians get Intimidating Presence. Using that action, they can cause fear to a creature within 30 feet that can hear or see them for 1 turn. To resist against the effect, the creature can make Wisdom saving throw against the Barbarian's Charisma save DC, 8 plus Proficiency plus Charisma modifier. If the creature succeeds its saving throw, it is immune to the Barbarian's Intimidating Presence for the next 24 hours. If it fails, it gains the Fear status effect. The Barbarian can use its action to extend the duration of the effect until the end of its next turn. This effect ends if the creature ends its turn out of the Barbarian's line of sight or is more than 60 feet away from the Barbarian. Level 11, Relentless Rage. When the Barbarian is reduced to 0 hit points while raging and not killed outright, they can drop to 1 hit point instead if they are able to make DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Each time this feature is used, the DC increases by 5 and is reset to 10 once the Barbarian has finished long or short rest. Level 12, the Barbarian can rage 5 times per long rest and get their third ability score improvement. Level 13, their Brutal Critical dice number increases to 2. Level 14, Berserker Barbarians get Retaliation. When they take damage from a creature within 5 feet, they can use their reaction to make a melee attack against the creature. At level 15, with Persistent Rage, the Barbarian's rage ends only when they fall unconscious or when they choose to end it. Level 16, their rage bonus damage increases to 4, and they get their 4th ability score improvement. Level 17, reaching the epic tier, the Barbarian can rage 6 times per long rest, and their Brutal Critical dice number increases to 3. Level 18, Indomitable Might. If the Barbarian's strength check total is less than their strength ability score, they can use their strength ability score in place of the total. They can't add any bonuses to this number. Level 19, they get their 5th and last ability score improvement. Finally, at the maximum level of 20, they have unlimited use of their rage, and their strength and constitution scores increases by 4. The maximum ability cap for their strength and constitution scores also increases to 24 to accommodate for the maximum gains. Well, that's your 20 levels of Barbarian. As mentioned earlier, the Barbarian is a great damage dealer and arguably the best defender in the game. Their reckless attack feature gives them extra versatility because it gives them the option to put themselves at risk for better overall attack output. The advantage granted by reckless attack not only allows the Barbarian to deal damage more consistently, it also doubles the chance for them to score critical hit. As mentioned earlier, the primal path they choose can further enhance their role as damage dealer or defender. The Berserker path that we saw makes the Barbarian a better damage dealer. It doesn't offer much utility, but Barbarians in general are pretty good at exploration and adventuring due to their rage, which can grant them advantage on any strength ability check. The Totem path offers more utility in terms of adventuring, and one of its features, the Bear Totem option at level 3, grants the Barbarian resistance to all forms of damage except Psychic. It makes it a must-have feature for players who want to specialize their Barbarian into a defender. The Barbarian can greatly benefit by multi-classing with the fighter and choosing the champion archetype. The increased probability of scoring critical hits works well with their brutal critical feature, and combining the champion's improved critical with Barbarian's reckless attack, they have 19% chance to score critical hits. On the other hand, almost all martial classes that fight in the front line can benefit from multi-classing with the Barbarian, because the benefits granted by the rage feature are just that good. The Druid class, particularly Circle of the Moon Druids, has great synergy with the Barbarians, because they can use the Barbarian's rage feature even when wild shape into a beast. If you want to be a super powered raging Triceratops, consider playing the Barbarian Druid. Well, that's the general gist of the Barbarian class, and also the end of this video. But I don't think I'm done talking about Barbarians just yet. If there's anything here that you don't understand, you can always rewatch the Learn How to Play Dungeons & Dragons series, or ask in the comment section. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell button for more videos like this. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter to get notified of future releases, and a heartfelt thank you to my patrons at Patreon for helping to make this series possible. If you like my work and want to help the channel out, please consider becoming a patron. CJ, over and out.